So I'm gonna give myself another challenge for this 9. I know a lot of you guys call me like tap-in par, always making tap-in pars. So I don't actually hit a lot of putts that are like inside 10 feet. It's always like a tap-in or, you know, unless I'm putting for birdie. So I wanted to work a little bit on those putts. So what I wanted to do is anything inside 10 feet, maybe even 12 or maybe 12 feet, I will pull it one putter back. And this is actually a putting drill that a lot of people do. So I thought it would be interesting just to, I don't know, make my round a little bit harder, practice those must-make putts, those putts that are like super important to scoring well. So let's see how it goes. Hi guys, and welcome back to the vlog. If you guys watched the front 9 of this vlog, you guys would know that I challenged my long game by trying to hit it harder. Now on the back 9, we are going to be challenging my short game. So as I said before, what I'm going to be doing is something that a lot of people do as a putting drill, a little putting competition that you can also do with your friends. So essentially just whatever you end up having, pull it a putter length back. So let's say you have a 3-footer, what you're going to end up with is essentially about a 6-footer instead of a 3-footer. So obviously that doubles the length of your putt and it's going to make it harder. But it's also going to be important to make those putts because let's be honest, you're not always going to have tap-ins, you're not always going to have short putts. So it's important to make these putts inside 10 feet. Now understand that you're not always going to make these putts. Even pros do not have 100% make percentage from any distance. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just know that it is a good drill, a good way to make your game a little bit harder, as I said, but also just to work not only on your putting, but also to work on your pressure putt. Because although every putt should be treated the same way, I feel like obviously there is just a little bit more pressure when you're putting for par. So giving yourself a little bit more difficult putts, trying to hold them, giving it full 100% focus and seeing how many of these you can make. So some of you guys might be thinking this is still not a very long putt. Obviously before I would have just had a tap in, it's a no-brainer. But this is still a 3 feet putt. It's not a gimme, it's still something that you can miss. So you do have to pay extra attention, which increases your focus when you have putts like this versus if you had a tap in, which is what I would have given myself on this hole. I'll be honest, I definitely pushed that putt, but I think one of the reasons why a lot of people do this drill is it teaches you either make it or you don't. And obviously the closer you leave it, the easier it's going to be. If you have a birdie putt, and that's also why I'm not doing it for the longer putts, because those are like realistic birdie putts. If you have a birdie putt and you leave yourself a 3-footer, that's as good as leaving yourself a 6-footer. So obviously you want to leave it as close as possible to the hole. Like just now I just left it like one roll short, so I ended up only having like a 3-footer versus if I had like hit it too hard or whatever. Basically the goal here is to either make it or get it as close to the hole as possible.
You catch all of that again. Oh, nice shot.
downhill. So exactly what I said just now on this hole, I thought that this putt was going to be a lot faster, so I ended up leaving it about 4 feet short. 4 footers are still definitely within make zone, but when you make it into an 8 footer, then it really becomes a challenge. Because 8 footers are putts that are missable, even 4 footers are putts that can be missed. So as I said, one of the things that this does, it really makes you want to either hold the putt, but also holding it with good speed and not just charging for it, because if you charge it and you miss it, you're still going to have a long putt. So this is actually a really great drill to work on your speed.
Nice putt.
If you guys watch my vlog, I'm sure you guys know that I am a one club chipper. Like, I like to use my 58 most of the time, so using a 9 iron there was definitely out of my comfort zone, but just something that I want to try. It is a good shot, like it's a good shot to have in the bag. I just don't often use it, but obviously it's a good shot, and I think it's one of those that can very easily like hit the pin and therefore go in the hole if you obviously have the right distance control. So I think it is an important shot to have in your bag. I would definitely like to practice it more often. So my goal is literally just to give myself as many uncomfortable positions as I can, especially for my short game. Obviously, I think one of the reasons why I'm good at short game is because I'm very comfortable. Obviously, I practice a lot, so with the practice, I'm confident in my ability to chip, to putt, and things like that. So I think that that's one of the reasons why I'm good at short game. So what I want to do today is make myself uncomfortable with the short game, challenge myself, give myself shots that I normally wouldn't give myself, just make myself uncomfortable, because I think that you're never going to grow if you're always in your comfort zone, right? Like, it's good for me because obviously I already have a lot of shots in the bag in terms of like chipping with my 58, and you guys know I always chip 58, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think sometimes it's fine too to just practice other shots, because you never know, you might need another shot at another time, and it's important to have different shots in the bag. Now, I didn't move that one back because I am trying to make things harder for myself, but I'm not trying to be like sadistic. Like, giving myself birdie chances is actually important, and when I give myself birdie chance, I want to reward myself. It's just that obviously I want to make pars a little bit harder. Another thing is, I think a lot of people think that 3 footers are must make putts, but think about it, how often do you actually miss this?
See it?
So one of the things that I realized watching over this video is that I actually left 3 putts a roll short. And I don't know if that's because I was trying to make sure I gave myself as close of a putt as possible, or because the greens were slower, but I definitely feel like usually even when I give myself tap-ins, the speed is usually good. It would actually get to the hole. It's just that maybe the line was a little bit off. So this is something that you can work on as well. I will then notice when I try to control my putts and just make sure that more of leg putts, I might tend to hit it a little bit shorter. So knowing that is important, because knowing trends in your game and knowing what you normally do given different situations can help you predict what you're going to do in the future, and can also help you shoot better scores. So now I know that if I want to leg a putt, I can just aim it a little bit further and I might just get it to the hole. So like I said, give yourself as many challenges as you can, because as I said as well, you will never grow in your comfort zone. You grow outside of your comfort zone, and don't care about the scores on games like this. Do your best, see what you can achieve. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss an episode of Golf with Jen.